Okay, this video is a short guide on how to tell the difference between an authentic Studio Ghibli release and a fake one. Now, before I say anything, take a guess which one you think is real. If you guess this one on the left, you're correct. These movies, most of them were released between 2005 and 2006. There were 6 of them all at once, and they have this little red border here that says a Walt Disney Home Entertainment presents a Studio Ghibli film. This style here with the blue, well, it is an official style that they're using now. It was not used until 2010, and this movie was not one of the ones that was re-released. But I'll show you a really easy way to tell, in case you're curious, if it was re-released or not. I mean, you can see that this is a really good bootleg. It has, I mean, they duplicated the entire cover artwork. They even have the official logo down here. But yet they put the border wrong. It should be this red one. And if you flip it around and look at the back, here's an easy way to tell here. This is the official one, and this is the fake. They look basically the same, and that's because they are. You see here it says 2005 release. This one also says 2005 release, and like I mentioned, they didn't use that art style until 2010. So that's a dead giveaway right there. Another dead giveaway is if you look at the stock number, all Disney movies have this, at least all of them since about 2002 or 2003. Also, there's no border on the side. The red is only on the front. But if you look here, you'll see a number. It says 25348. That's what they call the stock number. Each DVD has a unique number, like each movie, not each individual disc, okay? And if you see, this here has, let me flip it to this side, it's easier to see, it has the same number, 23548, or 25348, I mean. So, again, if it was a different release, it would have a different number. It would not be the same one. So I will go ahead and open this up for you in a minute to show you what to look for if you actually did buy one of these by mistake, or if you bought one, like, for example, with this, what I did was the seller on eBay used the stock photo, not an actual photo, so it looked like this. It had the red border, and what I got was this. So as soon as I opened the envelope, I knew it was fake, which is why I didn't even need to open it, and I got my money back, so basically I got this for free. If you want to tell, though, I mean, some people might say, well, what happens if the box broke and they needed to replace it with a imitation cover or something like that? I'll show you how to tell from the actual discs, too. But let's take a look at some other ones here. This is an official re-release, okay? Now, a couple things to notice. Notice the Disney DVD logo. They switched to this logo between 2005 and 2010. I don't know exactly when, so it wouldn't have just that. It would say Disney DVD, okay? But you can see this does have the side here, and this does have that side artwork style. But again, it says Disney DVD. Now, here's another way to tell. You got the 3D castle here. Most of their new releases have that. And you also have, this is important, see where it says 2010 DVD release. Ever since the Blu-ray disc format came out, they've been doing this where if it's a DVD, they'll put DVD, or if it's Blu-ray, they'll put BD, or Blu-ray, depending on the movie. So if it's a newer one like this, if it just says 2005 release and not 2005 DVD release, then you can tell that it's fake. Again, this one says 2005 release, but that's because Blu-ray didn't exist in 2005. With this style, like I said, they didn't use it until 2010. This was one of, I believe, 6 different movies that they re-released. There were a couple that were the first ones. What was it called? Tales from Earthsea, that's it. That was the first release was in 2010, but it had this art style. But again, it would say DVD release. Here's another one. Here's the Secret World of Arietti. This one doesn't have a slip cover because only the Blu-ray version had it. But again, Disney DVD logo here. You turn it over. This says 2012 DVD release. So you can tell just by looking at it that this is a legitimate new copy. Okay. A couple other fakes that I did open up. Here we have Nausicaa and we have The Cat Returns. Again, these are all the wrong covers. Both of these movies should have this red light, what I call the red label cover, where it has the red border here. But same deal there, where 2005 release, and this is 2005 release. It's the same thing on all of them. So I mean, if you look at the sides, they all have the same little blue and yellow thing here, and they are, you know, nice and shiny. So let's go ahead and look at the cat returns because I have it open. Okay, so you take it out of the slipcover, and it looks the same inside, just without the shininess. Now, sign number one: it's in a really cheap-looking case like this. Okay, I mean, Disney does not use these cheap cases for theirs. Number two, if you look at the label, you can see there's kind of like around the center, see how it's kind of like lighter colored there? Because what they did was they used like a printer. They printed these. They're just burnable discs. And if you look at the actual disc itself, you'll notice there's no text inside besides just the DVD logo. Now let's take a look at the official Porco Rosso disc. Okay. You'll see there's, I don't know if I can get it very well with the camera, but you'll see there's like, see how there's like shiny text here, and it kind of, see right here you've got the POR for the movie, and then you've got some other little letters. They're like internal call names. And there's like a barcode in here. It's really hard to get with the camera. Well, that's the whole idea, is it's holographic so that you can't fake it. I mean, you can't like scan this because every angle is different. But if you look carefully, you can see that. Okay, I'm going to put this back in here so it doesn't get damaged. But with these, again, there's none of that. It's just the DVD logo. So this is just like a standard cheap production disc that you can buy at a store and burn. Okay, a couple other changes if you put them in the computer, which I mean, I'm not going to do it while the camera's on here, but this movie will be dual layer. Okay, the first disc, I wouldn't compare with the second because sometimes the second disc is single layer, but the first disc of all the movies were dual layer, which means they're more than 4.35 gigabytes. And if you open it up in something like Image Burn, it will tell you this disc is copy protected and you can't make an image of it. You put one of these in, it's 4.35 gigabytes, which means it was shrunk to fit a single layer disc, and it's not copy protected at all. No region protection, no copy protection, which again is very obviously a fake. So you might ask, well, so why do people, you know, why are these fakes? Like, why do they even bother making it look real? Well, the sole intent is to fool people. Because of the Disney vaulting policy, the fact that they stopped producing these after a while, it's cheaper for people to just make a fake like this and sell it than to actually track down people that are willing to sell their real DVDs. So these, I'm going to guess, were produced in Hong Kong because that's kind of like the capital of bootleg movie production. They're good-looking DVDs. I mean, you know, you can look at the cover and be like, well, it's even. I mean, this is even embossed, right? It's like. I mean, whereas the official ones, this is just flat. There's no embossing on this. Where this one is actually, I mean, you can feel it through the shrink wrap. The pig is actually embossed a little bit from the cover. So they did make these look authentic, but essentially what you have to know is if you have any movies that should have been from 2005 or 2006 and they have this blue and yellow front, they're fake. No questions asked. If you're curious and you still would like to know, if you ask the seller for pictures, ask them to take a picture of the back, and I guarantee you it'll say this, 2005 release, or 2006, depending on the movie, because there were 3 each year. These 3 that I'm showing you all happen to be 2005. And again, if it were an authentic re-release, like something like Castle in the Sky, you know, this might be, if you see this on eBay, you might go, oh, well, it's fake because it has this. If you didn't know that it was re-released, again, all you'd have to do is look at the back and it says 2010. You'd say, okay, well then that means that's authentic. It's glaring. There we go. I actually bought this at Target, so, you know, I mean, you can find these in stores. And another thing, too, if you look on Amazon, you'll see that these ones are released, it says 2010. There's Castle in the Sky, My Neighbor Totoro, there's Kiki's Delivery Service, there's, what other ones? Then the two newer ones, there's Ponyo and Arrietty, because those came out after that. Tales of Earthsea, like I mentioned. And there might be one or two others, but I can't remember offhand. But that's it. None of these older ones, Porco Rosso, there's Pompoko, there's Nausicaa, The Cat Returns, a couple others, My Neighbors the Yamadas, none of those were re-released at all. In fact, I just got My Neighbors the Yamadas from Disney's movie rewards program. They literally just mailed it to me a week ago, and it still has this red border. So you can tell that even with the newer releases of them, like this one, Porco Rosso, it has an eco box here. You can see the little recycle symbol. These didn't even exist until maybe 2009. But yet it's the same. I mean, you can tell the disc is the same. I mean, it's the same version as the other ones. So, hopefully this will help you if you're looking to collect Studio Ghibli movies like I am. You can, you know, if you find, I've seen ones, for example, when I was looking for Porco Rosso, I've seen ones like this. The seller actually took a photograph of it and listed it. Do yourself a favor and don't buy it, because you automatically know that it's fake. So, if you did happen to get a fake, like I said, if you want to verify it, like if the seller's giving you a hassle, like, oh, it might have a different cover, but I can guarantee you it's real, which I've had people do, just put it in your computer and look at the size of it. If it's 4.35 gigabytes or less, then that means it's fake. The first disc should always be something like 6 or 7 gigabytes. Okay? Really easy way to tell. So, yeah, hopefully this will help anybody out there. Like I said, I got hit by this with 3 separate movies. I bought all of them on eBay, and a couple were legit, but then I got 3 that were fake. I didn't even need to open this one to tell it was fake. But if you want to see, just for the heck of it, I'll go ahead and open it right now for you. Another way to tell, by the way, they always put the shrink wrap inside the paper slipcover, never outside. Like, see how this is wrapped outside it? Yeah, that's another way to tell that it's fake. And the shrink wrap is really, I mean, you can kind of just pick at it with a fingernail here. All right, I'm going to put the camera down for a second so that I can get this letter opener in here. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at this. I don't necessarily need to be careful with it because it's fake, so I don't even want it. Open it up. Again, cheap looking case. You look at the disc label, you see there's little scuffs here on the inside where the disc guard is compared to the real one. You'll also notice that, you know, this one's much more colorful. You know, this is actually, it stands for, Porco Rosso means crimson pig, and this is actually red. This is like brown. I mean, you can look at it, you can tell that this one's much more colorful. This is I mean, you can tell this one looked like somebody just scanned it and then duplicated that. These fake cases are hard to get the discs out. And then again, you look at the inside, well, geez, I mean, look at this, it's all scratched up, and this is brand, it was shrink wrapped, it was brand new. Okay, so this one does have some barcodes in it, but again, it doesn't have any of the letters that I showed you, where it'll say like POR or whatever. It doesn't have any of those, so, and this one doesn't even, this one looks like it doesn't even have a DVD logo on it either. So, yeah, there you go. That's the difference between real and fake disc, the actual discs themselves. And again, you look at here's the second disc for you. I mean, it might be hard to tell if you don't have it in front of you, but, like, this one's much more colorful. This one's flat, and I mean, in this one also, it feels like glossy. You see the camera's reflecting off it. These ones are like a matte finish. They're not glossy to the touch like that. So, I can't guarantee some of the official ones might be glossy, but that's the way to tell, is flip the disc over and then put it in your computer if you want to be 100% sure. So, yeah, there you go. Hopefully this will help if anybody buys any of these. It just, you know, really irritates me because I've seen people buy the exact same, in the case of the Cat Returns, the seller had 4 of them. I bought one and there were 2 other people that bought them right around the same time. And when I was looking at their feedback, somebody had left feedback saying it got here quickly and plays great, thank you. I mean, it's a shame that they didn't realize that they bought a fake. And I had no way of knowing until I got it in the mail, but as soon as I opened it, I could tell it was a fake. So just hopefully that'll help. And again, I mean, you look at the slip cover. As much as these are cool that they're embossed, the original one isn't. Okay, so yeah, this is what the real one should look like right here, and this is the fake one. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten the official copies of the Cat Returns or Nausicaa yet to compare. But I can tell you they look the same way. They have the red border, not the blue one. So hopefully that helps. Anybody out there, if you see fakes like this on eBay, just do yourself a favor and don't buy them. That's all I have to show for today. Thanks for watching.